Okay, so this is the next video in our series of videos of showing the alpaca's summer hairdos. Here together, as always, as Dash on the right and Iron Man, cushed, sitting down. Looking very handsome, Dash, aren't you? Dash has got this cute wrinkly nose. It makes me smile. Show us your nose wrinkles, Dash. He says, no, I'm embarrassed now, Mum. Oh. And then Iron Man's just kind of sitting watching the world go by, aren't you, Iron Man? Dash is always wanting to be boss. He's kind of making a play for being boss in the herd. Our main male in here, who has been the head male, hasn't been very well, and the other boys are picking up on it, so there's a bit of vying going on for who's going to be the next boss. Here is Impact, looking very handsome. Impact had to have his top knot shorn off this year, it was too matty. Impact has this beautiful chocolate brown fine fleece, but unfortunately because it's so fine it picks up a lot of vegetable matter. As you can see, he's already got stuff stuck to him, but he's looking very good. I like his grey knees. Look, Impact's got grey knees, and that's not aging, that's just his mother was actually white, so there's some white fibre, white genetics coming through from her. Behind we have Mr. I Like the Camera, Sentry. Got a little bit of a lopsided do around the head there. We might have to do some trimming there, Sentry, mayn't we, hey? Yeah, oh, he's going to come and say hello. Hi, Sentry, buddy. He's always very handsome, standing, very lot of presence, what we call presence to him. And down here, I think we've got Buck and Rascal. Let's see. My camera battery is getting a bit low, so I'm hoping it's going to last for the whole video. If not, we'll have to do part 2. Here is Buck. And Buck and Sentry are related. Buck's just a kind of a darker shade than Sentry is, and he's also a little bit heavier boned. They actually, I believe it has the same dam, different sires. Well, it might be, I'm not sure. Buck might be out of Velvet, which was a different dam, but the daughter of Sentry's dam. I'd have to go look it back up again. But he's a very sweet boy. Again, had to have a flat top, didn't you, hey? And he has so many different colours on him. You've got from black to brown to white. Interesting coloured alpaca, aren't you, buddy? And here I'm going to go into Rascal's pen. There's a guinea fowl saying hello. They always get jealous when I'm videoing and make a lot of noise. It's one of my little Egyptian pursued chickens. They've been laying up a storm. We've had lots of eggs from these little guys. My guinea fowl haven't actually started laying yet, which is really interesting. Normally by now they're laying. We're in a terrible drought this year, and I think that's having an effect on the guinea fowl. They're very sensitive to what's going on in the world, so they may not be laying because they know it's just not a good year for laying eggs. So here's Mr. Rascal. Take it easy on a Sunday afternoon, aren't you, Rascal, hey? You came out with quite a nice haircut actually, Rascal. You going to say, get your head to the camera, maybe? He's like, no, I'm not really. He's just having a nice day, aren't you, Rascal? He's been getting a bit wound up because we've brought the big bale nearer to the water. We're a bit concerned when it's been so hot, and we've had some really hot days recently, that the alpacas aren't coming in for water as much, so I asked Mr. Rick to move the bale closer to the water, which he did, but that means the main herd of boys is closer to Rascal, who of course gets all wound up about them, and Dash and Iron Man like to tease Rascal through the fence. So we've had some days when there's been lots of arguing through the fence going on. Trying to lock up Mr. Rascal's gate. Alright, let's go see who else we've got out here. Looks like I need to top up the water when I'm done too. So, here ahead of me is PJ. Hi Peach, how you doing? He again had to have most of his top knot taken off. He has these lovely long eyelashes, don't you? Yeah? PJ's actually related to Sentry and Buck too. Same bloodlines, hey? Impact sitting down. Where's that black prince? Let me see. That actually might be Black Prince, is this? Hi buddy, you know your name, don't you? He's a very, very sweet alpaca. Again, had to have his top knot taken down. Very sweet boy. He likes to try and get some water when I'm carrying buckets of water over to the chickens. He loves to stick his feet in the water. If I'm watering the alpacas, he tries to push the hose out so he can get the hose on his legs. So here we have Pride. Hi Pride. He's not going to face the camera for me. I'll go the other side for Pride. This is Leo. Leo, you boys are not being very cooperative. You can see Leo's got a piercing there. So he got into a fight and somebody's fighting. Oh, there's espresso. Somebody's fighting tooth pierced his ear, didn't it, Leo? Hey? Got a piercing, yes. So Leo's a lovely chocolate brown colour. Yeah. Sitting in the middle of the bale is Champ. Champ loves to sit in the bale. And standing with him is Roadrunner. I'm going to try and get a better shot of Espresso. Espresso, going to say hello to us? Hey, Espresso. There we are. Hi, buddy. Yeah. You're a good boy, aren't you? Yeah? Oh, good boy. Kissing the camera. You can see Espresso's been doing some rolling in the hay too. Roadrunner's another male who's vying for position in the herd. I think him and Dash will have to have it out one day to see who's going to be top dog. I'll show you about top dog in a minute, but here is Choco. Choco! Choco lost his top knot too. A lot of the boys lost their top knot this year in shearing. A lot of matted top knots in the boys. McKinley, I see you there. Hey McKinley. Yeah. Looking good, McKinley. McKinley still tries to get in the chicken coop whenever he can. This morning he stole some lettuce that was meant for the chickens. He decided he's part of the chicken flock, so he took some of that. There's Impact again. And here is Charger. Charger is what we call an indefinite dark alpaca. So he's pretty much black, but he has a mixture of white fibres. You can't really see them right now, but if you looked at his fleece when we've got it on the skirting table, it has white fibres throughout. So that's going to make a very pretty yarn. I'm looking forward to getting some yarn made out of Charger. I might actually blend it with some white to make it more of a grey sort of yarn. I was talking to the mill about that when I went up this weekend to the mill, dropped fibre off and picked up yarn and dryer balls. So who's in here? I think this is PJ's got up, standing next to his buddy. So here's PJ. PJ's got his head buried in the hay. And here is Chief. This is Chief, who's been our head male in this herd for many, many years. Chief is 17. He's pretty battle scarred if you looked at his ears. And unfortunately he's not been very well. He has bouts of doing good, which right now he's having a good bout. And then he has bouts when he's really quite poorly. And we've done some tests on him and we're not really sure what's going on. Something that's affecting his digestive tract. We believe he may have some form of cancer. So we do what we can to support him. He's definitely not ready to leave as yet. He's giving us very definite signals. He's a fighter, which kind of we would expect from the lead male in this pen. He's not wanting to give up. And so we're encouraged to see him having good days, but he's got pretty thin. The last bout he had, he didn't eat and was pretty unwell for several days, so he's lost a lot of weight. Alpacas, when they get sick, their metabolism goes a bit haywire and they drop very suddenly. But he's starting to put some weight back on again, so fingers crossed for our Chief. And I think that's it in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shut this video down and then I will go next door to the other boys and we'll see who we can find over there. Okay then, we'll see you shortly.